Okay, in today's video, I'm going to talk about how to grow a community of hardcore fans through growing a Facebook group. And we want to grow this Facebook group as fast as possible. I'm going to walk you through the steps on my screen, and we can talk about what the benefits are of having that group and why you should start today. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is all about how to grow your Facebook group as fast as we can. The reason we want a Facebook group, as I've mentioned and touched on, is that it's all about developing a community of hardcore fans. A Facebook group is probably one of the only places you can still get that organic reach, and particularly on Facebook, it's the only place. And with the Facebook group, we can basically use it to engage with your hardcore fans, and develop a community, and essentially sell to them for free. We don't have to run ads and things like that. We can announce offers to sort of our hardcore fans first, develop trust. We can run polls. We can ask for honest customer feedback. Essentially, it's something you should have as a small business as a tool to leverage, your customers and the customers that really care about you. So there are a number of ways of actually getting people to join your Facebook group. I think by far the best way to do it is this process, which essentially is running a page likes campaign, getting people to like a page and then inviting them manually to like your Facebook group or to join your Facebook group. So that's what we're going to set up now. So I will walk you through it on my screen. So first up, you're going to hit create and we're going to run a page likes campaign. So here, consideration, we've got engagement, and usually it goes, here we go, engagement, and we go page likes. Continue. Okay, again, with your campaigns, call them what you want. Everyone with different naming conventions. Example, page likes. The most important thing here is just to check that, well, it's your naming convention really, and whether or not you want to use campaign budget optimization. In this case, I'm not going to use it, but I'm going to do a video on campaign budget optimization. Okay, ad set level. So now we're going to call this example ad set. And you're going to select the page you want. In this case, I'm going to choose EasyTube, which is a social media agency, if it lets me do it. Okay, cool. And then daily budget, again, this budget's it's totally dependent on what the money you've got to play with and how fast you want to grow this group. Given we can actually only invite 50 people a day from your page like to join your group, you don't have to spend a huge amount on this every single day. We can gradually grow that following. You can scale this very quickly, but that's one of the day. So budget, let's just leave it at £25. Okay. The important stuff really, once we've chosen our page and select our budget, is in the audience. So this all depends on whether you operate internationally or locally. Let's say in this case, I have clients from all over the world. I might choose those key locations that where my customers exist. The key thing here is that you want to make your audience size as big as possible. Yes, if you operate locally, there's only so, the reach is only going to be so big. But in this case, let's do an example of internationally. If you could even run this worldwide, you will end up with a lot of page likes from, I guess, the countries which are far cheaper to get followers from. So bear that in mind if you need to exclude any countries. So in this case, I'm just going to say United Kingdom, United States, if I can spell. And then, well, let's leave it as that for now. Let's just say I only care about the UK, US. Age range, I'm going to keep that nice and open. Gender, open. Detailed targeting. So I'm, in this case, social media agency. I'm after people who run businesses. So let's just go for small business owners. It really depends what my Facebook group's going to be about, but in this case, it might be about teaching people how to do Facebook ads themselves. So I might do small business owners. The audience I'm looking for. Yeah, okay. Okay, so from here we can see roughly you're going to be getting 80 to 250 likes a day with the budget I've set. And then from there, I'm going to invite 50 of them. Okay, so this is kind of the audience that I'll be focusing on. If I was operating locally, so this is slightly different. If I'm only operating, let's just say I'm only operating in London, then you won't actually be able to put much detailed targeting elements in, or many, I should say. Okay, London, England. Cool. So you can have a radius on it, but if it needs to be just within the city, let's just do current city only. You can see how dramatically the page likes drops, and so our cost per like will be substantially higher. But if you only care about people from London, for example, I would, in this case, I would actually remove the small business owners and just focus on London in general, because the audience size isn't great, and so we want to make sure that we're at least getting 50 likes a day, because we can then invite 50 a day. Cool. So let's leave this in London. You could even expand the radius again if this is too low for you. Again, it depends how much money you've got to play with. The only thing to make sure here is that you're excluding connections. So this is obviously, basically you exclude people that like your page in this case. Okay. Now, automatic placements, I would just leave it on. And now at the ad level, again, you can call it what you want. Example, ad. And then you just want to make sure that your Facebook page is selected. Now, here is the important part. So with the image or the video you're going to run, you just need to make sure that it's really eye-catching. Because I'm doing something around social ads, I would probably try and create something in Photoshop or in Canva that will really pop. But for now, you can just use images that you can find online, which are free to use. I think I downloaded one as an example. Yeah, okay. If this loads, okay. So you're going to have your image, which we'll show in a second. So that would be an image example. I mean, again, you want it to really pop in the feed. And if it's about Facebook ads, I'll probably have something more focused on actual Facebook ads. But this is to do with small business owners, people working from home. Okay, with the primary text, the only key thing here is that you need to make sure you're encouraging people to join, and by telling them the reason to join, essentially one very strong benefit. So, for example, learn how to use Facebook ads to grow your business, for example, would be something I could try. So the process is really straightforward. You run a page likes campaign. Once you've got that page like campaign, you click invite to your Facebook group. Within the group, you'll start to see that organic reach just fly through the roof, and you'll really start to build that community. It's a huge benefit. I recommend it for all small businesses. Yeah, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, check them in the comments and hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Okay, thanks guys.